Hello all, happy to connect back. Today we are continuing with our case discussion. Today's case is about a 13-year-old boy who have camped in Appalachian Mountains with his family, and he was brought to the emergency department because of headache, rash and abrupt onset of high fever. The rash began on his palms and soles but spread up his ankles and arms. On physical examination, he was found to have palpable purpura on his wrists and lower legs. The picture of his rashes you can see in the picture. Now in this case we have to concentrate on the history of camping in the mountains and present history of headache, rashes and abrupt onset of high fever, and the rash in palms and soles first and then spreading up to the ankles and arms. He is also having palpable purpura. Now the DD for rashes in palms and soles are Treponema pallidum, which has a gradual onset, Rickettsia rickettsii, which has an acute onset, and Coxsackie virus A, which has a gradual onset. And from this we can tell that our diagnosis is Rickettsia. Rickettsia is an obligate intracellular organism which cannot grow in artificial media. So cell lines are used for its identification. Now in this chapter the most important questions will be asked about the species of the organisms, the disease caused and the vectors causing it. Okay, so even if we do not go through the full chapter, you just have to look into this tabular column, which is very important, and there are lots of previous year questions asked from this tabular column. Okay, starting with our group wise classification. In typhus group we have epidemic typhus, which is caused by Rickettsia prowazekii, and the vector is louse. We have a mnemonic, that is LET, louse epidemic typhus. Okay, and endemic typhus, which is caused by Rickettsia typhi, and the vector is flea. The mnemonic is FEN, that is flea endemic, NEN, endemic. Okay, and for both these typhus disease we do not have any lymphadenopathy. And in the Weil-Felix reaction, which is actually heterophil tube agglutination test, we have OX19 which will be positive and OX2 which may or may not be positive. Okay, then we go for spotted fever group, in which we have Rickettsia rickettsii, that is Rocky Mountain spotted fever, which is our diagnosis in this case, and then Rickettsia conori, that is that causes Indian tick typhus, then Rickettsia africae, which causes African tick bite fever, and Rickettsia acari, that causes rickettsial pox. And the first three diseases are caused by vector tick. Okay, and the last one, that is the pox, is caused by vector mite. We have a mnemonic PAM, that is rickettsial pox is caused by Rickettsia acari and the vector is mite. Okay, in all these things we have lymphadenopathy, and for the first three disease in the Weil-Felix reaction we have OX19 positive and OX2 positive, whereas rickettsial pox is negative for all. And one more thing, this Weil-Felix reaction is negative for rickettsial pox, Q fever, Ehrlich-Rosis and Bartonellosis. Now we go on for scrub typhus. Scrub typhus is caused by Orientia tsutsugamushi, and the disease caused is scrub typhus and the vector is mite. Mnemonic is SOM, scrub typhus by Orientia tsutsugamushi, vector mite. In this also we have the lymphadenopathy, and most important is the Weil-Felix reaction, which is positive for OXK, which this is a previous year question. Okay, OXK. And the clinical features, I have highlighted only the exam points. The most severe among all these diseases which we saw is Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and this is the most severe form, and in our case we saw that the patient is having palpable purpura. Okay, palpable purpura says that it is a poor prognostic sign because it has started causing acute vasculitis. Okay, then the mildest among all these is rickettsial pox, and seeing into the rash distribution, rash all over the body except palms and soles is by epidemic typhus, and rashes in trunk followed by extremities is endemic typhus, and palms and soles, as we already saw, it is Rocky Mountain spotted fever and Indian tick typhus. And vesicular rash, as the name indicates, it is seen in rickettsial pox and African tick bite fever, and there is no rash in Q fever, which is caused by Coxiella. And eschars are seen in rickettsial pox, African tick typhus, Indian tick typhus, and scrub typhus. CNS involvement is seen in epidemic and endemic typhus. Regarding the diagnosis, we already saw the Weil-Felix reaction, which is a heterophile tube agglutination test. Then the most common serological test for confirmation of diagnosis is indirect immunofluorescence test. And then we have the Neal-Moser reaction, in which the specimen is inoculated intraperitoneally in guinea pig, and then the reaction is noted at 3 to 4 days. Now in this, the rickettsia will show scrotal necrosis, and Rickettsia prowazekii will show only fever but no testicular inflammation. Okay, if testicular inflammation is present, then we call it positive tunica reaction, and it is seen in the mnemonic cat. Okay, Rickettsia conori, Rickettsia acari, and Rickettsia typhi. CAT, cat. Okay, this Neal-Moser reaction is also important. It is asked several times in previous NEET question papers. And regarding the treatment, the drug of choice is doxycycline, and we can also use chloramphenicol as an alternative treatment. Okay, that's all for today's case discussion. Thank you. Stay tuned for next discussions.